Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a lovely day. I'm Kim and welcome to my sewing room. Now, those of you that already follow me will know that I have just lately been working on lots of different projects that I have planned, and I'm not getting anywhere with them because I have been waiting for stuff to come through, fabric, notions, interfacing, stabilizers, zippers, all this stuff is on order, but as yet it hasn't come through. So I was just concerned that all I keep doing is starting new projects and I'm not showing you anything that I've completed. So I thought I would spend this video just going through a few things that I had said that I was planning to make or I had already started to make. So I thought I would just give you an update on them all so you can see how they are coming along, and hopefully, you know, very soon they'll be finished. So the first one is the Cavalcade bag. Now, the Cavalcade bag is one of my Make 924 challenges, and I bought the pattern originally from Show Sweetness quite a while ago, and I recently purchased the tutorial, the online tutorial that I think it's Sarah who owns So Sweetness. She produced a tutorial, so I have watched that. I've watched it several times actually, so I've watched that and I felt quite excited to get on with this Cavalcade bag. So I'd ordered in some fabric, produced 2 large rectangles and quilted them on Soft and Stable by Annie, as she recommends if you're going to quilt them. So I've done that, and I have and these are ready for the front and back panels to be cut from them. Now, I was going to cut them out, but I'm having a few problems with my printer, and each time I printed off this pattern it just wasn't having it. It would print it off, it says it's printed it off the right size, but it was just missing a section in the middle because the lettering didn't align. So I thought, oh, I don't really want to print it off and then end up cutting it too small and then having difficulty piecing it all together as I go along. So I sent the pattern off to Fabuloso, who will print off a AO size for me. So once that comes through, I'll have a correct pattern with all the sizing that's correct, and then I'll be able to cut out my front and back panels from this fabric. So that was done last week, so I'm still waiting for that pattern to come through, so hopefully that won't be long. I have had a few of the suppliers with some of the things that I've ordered for these Cavalcade bags to say, you know, they're on the way, Kim, but because of the Easter holidays everything's delayed. So I'm thinking, you know, just get them to me when you can. What can you do? You can't do anything, so you just have to be patient, which isn't one of my best virtues because I just want to crack on with it now, although I've been dilly-dallying for quite a while over it. So ordered some fabric from Wool Warehouse to complement that Harry Potter London to Hogwarts fabric, and I bought this. So this will be on the bottom piece of the bag, and this is by Lewis and Irene, and it is called Bumbleberries. So I got that, and I got some bright yellow. This is a batik, so it's Kingfisher Fabrics, and it's just a yellow batik. So I wanted yellow, but I didn't want it a solid yellow, so I wanted it all sort of broken up, which that is. Now, I like the idea of yellow because my daughter loves yellow, and I'm thinking when I make these bags up, so I've got that fabric which I showed you not just in a previous video but just a minute ago, but I've also got this fabric here which you have seen before. So this will be the fabric that will make up the second Cavalcade bag for my son George's girlfriend Danny, because both Rachel and Danny love Harry Potter. So I was inspired to get this fabric, and I bought the the yellow, because there's a little bit of yellow in here in this fabric, so I thought I would also use that as a contrast. So on the original fabric I just showed you, I started making the strap. So I've been working through the tutorial and making up things that I can make up whilst I'm waiting for hardware and zippers and interfacing to arrive. So I've been sort of going through the instructions, finding something that I could make in advance, and I've been doing this. So I managed to make some straps. So these straps are with the black bumbleberry fabric and the yellow batik, and they will go with the London to Hogwarts fabric quilted, and I will also accent the bottom part of the bag will be black, and it will have a yellow zipper around it, so there'll be another pop of yellow below. And inside the bag, in the bottom part, I'm not too sure if I'm going to do that yellow yet or something else. I'm gonna talk about that bit in a moment. So that is the first Cavalcade bag, and the second one is obviously this Ron Weasley jumper fabric. And I thought with this bag I might also do this with black straps, but contrast it with this I think this is just called Zena Blue. So it's Lewis and Irene fabric again, bumbleberries, and I also got this from Wool Warehouse, so I thought that would go quite nice with this fabric. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to do a black zipper on this or a yellow zipper with yellow handles and yellow and blue handles. So the colour process for this bag is still sort of whirling around in my head, but when I come to that I will update you on that. Also decided about the lining inside. So I originally bought this fabric as a lining, but I don't know whether it actually goes with either of those bags, so I am a little bit undecided whether to use this or not. So I think once the bag is starting to be made up, I'll be able to make a decision on whether I'm going to use that or not. But I also bought this fabric for lining, which I think would work really well with both bags actually, and it is this. And I don't know if you can see, these are little bottles of lotions and potions, and they just say things like mice brains and spider legs, bat or rat whiskers, lizard tongue, bat's blood. I mean, it's all in the same sort of theme, so I thought this would make quite a nice lining. So I thought with the original fabric, the London to Hogwarts fabric, I would put this as the lining. So you've got your London Hogwarts, this is the lining, and do a internal pocket. So there's two internal pockets, and I might do those in bright yellow, so there's a pop of that yellow again inside. And I don't know whether to also do the yellow in the bottom part of the bag, the inside of the bag. And if I do decide to do that, I need to also order some more yellow, because I think I'm quickly running out, because I didn't think I was going to use as much yellow. But I'll have plenty to get on, and hopefully by the time I come to needing yellow I would have ordered it and it will be here, so I can continue to make the bag. The other thing I thought about was the bottom of the bag is something where you could put your shoes, and shoes can get messy and, you know, muddy and all that, and I thought I really wanted to coat the fabric in something where you could just wipe it out, so you wouldn't need to keep putting this bag in the wash if the bottom part of it got mucky. I just wanted something that you could probably just wipe it out, so limiting the amount of times the bag would actually need to go into the wash. And I bought some eau de coat. Now, I have used eau de coat before in cosmetic bags, and I have learnt a valuable lesson with this stuff, because when I have used this before on makeup bags where I've cut the fabric out in advance, then I've applied the eau de coat. What it does is it has a habit of making the fabric shrink slightly. So what I'm going to do is, if I do decide to use this, I will just cut out a piece of fabric wider or bigger than the actual pattern piece, treat the fabric with this, and just let it dry and shrink down, and then I will then cut the fabric piece out. So I'm not trying then to fit something that's small into an area which obviously it's not going to go into. And when you use this stuff, it does make it waterproof, and it is a bit of a process, because you will brush this onto your fabric. And I love stuff like this. I love it. It's messy and it's fun, and it's a bit like Blue Peterish. If you, those in the UK, remember Blue Peter, when it was just a program where they would make things out of coat hangers and anything they had around the house. So it's a bit play schoolish, but I loved all of that. So you just need to make sure that you give yourself plenty of time to do this, because you brush it onto the fabric. You need to leave it for 24 hours to let it dry. Then you need to do a second coat, and you put it on again and you leave it to dry, and then I'll decide whether I need a third coat or not. So this is a bit of a process, so I need to make my mind up about what fabric I'm going to use in that bottom part of the bag, because I can just do that over a couple of days and get that dried and settled, so it's ready to be cut out and then put into the bag as and when I come to that part of the instructions. So that's quite exciting. So that is my update on the Cavalcade bag. So really I'm just waiting for more stuff to come through. So and what I have been doing already, I have quite enjoyed making this bag so far. It's been quite exciting, and it's funny how when you do garment making, you generally have an idea through experience how to do things as you go along through a pattern's progress. But with this, because this is something I haven't made before, I am having to read the instructions and let them absorb in and then do it. And I'm not used to doing that, because I'm usually thinking, oh, I know how to do that, I rush ahead. But this has been quite good, because it's slowed me down and it's made me think about each process of the bag. And the So Sweetness tutorial video has been absolutely excellent. So I have been watching that and watching this lady Sarah make up this bag. She makes it look so easy, but I'm having fun with that at the moment. So the next thing I'm going to talk to you about is my brooch. Now, I bought some freshwater pearls from the Stitch Festival, which I showed you a couple of weeks ago in one of my videos. And I have already got some freshwater pearls in my stash. And I did buy those originally to make up this brooch. Now, this brooch is a design by a lady called Terry Fox. She is a phenomenal seamstress. Her job is she makes bridal gowns, and they are breathtakingly beautiful. And I used to belong to her Saturday morning sewing club, but to be honest with you, I just couldn't keep up with it all. There was I mean, she's a ferocious sewer and she makes a lot, and I just couldn't keep up with it all the time, because I had a lot of stuff going on in my life, and I thought something had to give, so I gave up that. But I would like to pick it up again if I could, maybe when I retire. That'll be fun. So I started working on the brooch. So there are a few templates that she gives you, and I'll put an image of the brooch up so you can see it. So this brooch isn't small by any means, it's a big thing. It's a take on a sort of Dior-esque brooch. It's big and chunky, and what I wanted to do is I wanted to make it up as a black and white brooch so that I could wear it on a black jacket, and I could wear it on my tennis jacket that I've already got, but I wouldn't mind making up another jacket that's a little bit more stylish to really showcase this brooch. So the brooch, it's not finished by any means, and this has been a really slow sew. So first of all, I will show you some of the petals. So these are some of the petals. So I don't know whether you can see that. So these are all hand sewn on felt. So the felt is cut. It is 2 layers of felt which are bonded together with bonder web. So it's a nice thick piece of felt, and various shapes are cut out, and it is then built, a pattern is built up. So you can see here I have the freshwater pearls, 3 of them in the middle, and I have some different freshwater pearls. These aren't the real thing, these ones here, but the freshwater pearls are in the middle, but these are synthetic pearls, and they all have a generic shape, and they fit around that middle centerpiece, and they're just a little bit smaller. And then we come into these smaller, I call them seed beads. They're really tiny little seed beads, and they are clear beads, but they have a silver mirror-y material inside, so they're quite reflective. And then we have these tiny little black beads around the edge, and what I've done is I pulled them slightly tighter so that the piece of fabric is actually curved, so you can see how it's curved. So once all of these go together, they will hug the centerpiece. So I've done all 4 of the middle sections there, and I'm starting to do, there's another 4 leaf sections, so I started working on these, and these are slightly different because I've got my freshwater pearls in the middle again, and I've got the synthetic ones on the side, but I haven't used as many of those on the side, and I've got the mirror beads, seed beads on the outside, and the black. But I've run out of these tiny little beads, and I've ordered them from a company called Beads and More. So they are the company where I bought these beads from originally. So you can see the synthetic beads there, and she does do these tiny little black beads, so I'm waiting for those to come through. So she contacted me also to say, you know, they're on their way. So I've had to stop because I've run out of those black beads, so I can't finish that section, but I will probably carry on sewing on the freshwater pearls and the other beads onto the other petals and carry on building up that brooch. I haven't decided on a centerpiece for the brooch yet. I have been looking, but I haven't found anything that would fit into that center, and that centerpiece sort of brings it all together because it sits on a base and then it has the brooch pin. So that is all starting to come together, and I've been enjoying working on that in the evenings. The other thing, the last thing I'm going to show you is socks. So you know I knit socks, and I do knit socks when I'm not quilting or doing any other hand sewing like the brooch. So this fills the gap when I'm not working on other hand sewing. And I usually only show you these once they're completed, but I thought I would show you these. And this is my first one, and I've decided to do a stripe effect. So you can see I've started off with this blue fabric and I've striped it with some apple green yarn, and I knit on pointed needles, and I just literally keep going around and around, and I really like those. I thought they were quite nice. I like pops of colour. So they will be finished hopefully, oh sorry camera, they will be finished hopefully quite soon, because I haven't got anything else to do in the evening, so I shall crack on with those, and you should see those completed very soon, I'm sure. So that is my video. Little sneak peek at all of my unfinished projects, so you can see how they're progressing, and some of them are really near completion, so you will see them hopefully soon completed. So if you've enjoyed the content today, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, it would be lovely if you could become one of my subscribers and follow my journey each week in my sewing room and what I get up to. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you all very soon. Take care.